1,200. So if I put about 1,200 on there, 1,100, whatever it is I have, that officially pays off my chainsaws and that. So I only have we'll have about half of my guitar and that $400 worth of tools, which, I mean, that stuff is already paid for itself. It's just like the money I make goes to like living expenses and all that stuff too, right? So it doesn't all just go to pay for itself. But if it did, I would have paid off the chainsaws like probably 2 months ago, right? But that's going to be nice. So it means that they're bought and paid for, you know what I mean? Big items. Basically my goal for this year is 2 extra tools, right? For my business. So the pole arm chainsaw and the small brush cutter, right? So I know I got to hold off for the brush cutter now, so that might be a little bit later. But the pole arm chainsaw I could have used that yesterday, the day before, you know what I mean? It's already got trees with its names on it, pruning, and you know, hills to clear and all kinds of stuff. Now, if I don't buy that, yeah, I save more money quickly, and that helps me out. But it's a tool that will make me a lot of money, so it's on the list. So if I can get 2 of those tools, that's like, okay, mission accomplished for the year. Now, if I can get a 3rd tool, it'll either be a backpack leaf blower, because I could have used that the other day, or a large chainsaw, right? Which the large chainsaw I can hold off till next year. And then if I could get a 5th tool, it would be a small riding mower. Not a big one, small one. A 0 turn, something that's relatively fast, but not too big, because I do go around like a lot of the properties I go around, there's a lot of tight spots to get into, and the properties are small enough where I could get away with a, you know, like a 3-foot deck. I could get away with that, no problem. 2 foot would be a little bit too small, but I don't think they make riding motors that small. Maybe they do, but the thing would be just tiny. But that'd be something that I could for next year, you know, because you know, I'd have to get a trailer, and I have to get a vehicle that can actually tow that stuff, right? So that's not massive priority. But even a small push mower that's brand new would be good to get for some of the smaller areas, right? But like, because I don't have time to work on my stuff, my push mower that I got for free, the 2 of them, there's 2 that I'm getting rid of, because like the Yardworks one, it's all seized up and it's too hard to start. Like, it's really hard to start. So I gave up. It's too bad, because that one worked the best, like for cutting and stuff. But, and then the one Paul gave me, it's done. I think I wore it out. Like, it was on its last when he gave it to me. I got like, it paid for itself. I mean, I paid nothing for it. I did, I think, about 4 jobs with it. And then it was like, okay, it's too done. Like, there's no compression left in it, that kind of thing. So when you start cutting it, it just basically dies out on you. So that one I'm going to scrap. Those 2 are going to scrap. But the Honda still runs like a dream. I started it up the other day. It was a little funky to start, but I think you know, they just need some carb maintenance, and they'll be running perfectly, except for I have to fix the throttle on the Honda. Once that one's fixed, that thing's going to be like, watch out. That one's like really good. And then that little tiny one, that one bogs out on me now. But it was running perfectly, and I paid nothing for it. So that one would be perfect for 90% of what I need to do at this stage. So with like Paul and I can't take on any more contracts, and I'm gonna have to let them know, like, there's just gonna be, I'm gonna have to start telling people Sundays are off. You know, it's Saturday, you know, it's like, I'm gonna have to let them know, like, that's why we need the 3rd guy. But the one guy, he's a student, right? And I have nothing against hiring students, but he's not out of school till the end of June, right? So we're going to get the end of June, July, August out of him, October, and then he's back to school in September. So we need a guy that's desperate for cash, has 3 kids, a mortgage, and a shitty car like me. You know, somebody who's desperate to work. You know what I mean? You know, that has shit to pay for. That's what we need. But finding and reliable enough to work. That's the hard part. Finding somebody reliable enough. I have a guy in mind, but you know, like, we got to see who's going to jump on first, right? Because it's mainly Paul's guys, and I don't have quite enough work for one guy for myself, although there's a couple of jobs I'd like to just pawn off on them. You know, like the stuff that's, you know, out of my way a bit, you know what I mean? Where it's like, I'll give you that, I'll stick with my main clients the Monday to Friday, like I'll do that, and that would be perfect for me. You know what I mean? That would be absolutely perfect for me. Because I can't keep up this 7 days a week thing, you know what I mean? And my buddy needs help, so it's just, the problem is most of the time I'm going to have to help him on the weekends. But I'm going to need at least one day, like probably, like I say, after June, to work on this project, because like, it's not one of those things that you can't work on. Like, you get it, it's like, it's yours, you know, and you have to maintain it. You have to deal with it, right? So you have to tell people no. And the things, like, it's kind of like turnkey, ready to go. Like, there's no keys in it, so to speak, but like, it's kind of turnkey, ready to go, but it still requires maintenance and preparation for this and preparation for that. So I've got a lot of preps that I'm going to have to do just to be prepared for a couple of hard financial hits, right? Nothing impossible, but just you know, that turbulent transition phase kind of stuff, right? Where it's like, you know, you're paying for multiple things, you know, at a time, where you got to kind of delegate your money to tie up, you know, like tie up your debts before you can wrangle the new thing, right? So that's going to be my goal. So, you know, like if I get my debt down to like $1,000 today or $1,200, that's nothing. I can deal with that, right? And I can still use the credit card. The only downside is, like I say, I'll have to buy like one thing at a time, slowly pay it down over a series of months, which really, I mean, my progress is slow anyway, but this will really slow down my progress that way until things get stabilized, right? But once they're stabilized, then I'll know what I can get away with, and the more I can get away with, the more I'm going to do, right? So, you know, it is what it is. I'm excited. You guys are going to flip when you find out what it is, you know, if we get that far. I mean, I could be told no as well, you know, like I say, it's 95% in the bag. 95. Ah, there's a Scooby-Doo van. This guy always has really cool van. You should have seen that van like 3 years ago. It was like a piece of junk, and he's got a whole bunch of them over there that he gets them and he restores them. He had an 18 van for a little while. Yeah, there we go. There's a good analogy. If I pull this off, I win everything. If not, I'm gonna live in a broken van down by the river. Oh, check that out. What do you think about this little town? Oh, it's a Charger. Wow. I wonder who bought that. There's a lot of really cool classic cars in this town. There's a General Lee in this town. Benny owns it, the gas station guy. He owns that. He owns a Cuda. He owns a Duster. He owns a Roadrunner. He got rid of the Mustang. He owns quite a bit. He owns quite a bit. Oh boy. bus driver waving. Shut the butt warmers off. Stop for some provisions. It's gonna be a bit of a long day, but not too long. But that said, I was doing the topsoil there yesterday up and down that hill. That did me in. That did me in. Then, you know, then the extra elongated grass cutting. And it was thick. I had to go over some spots like 3 or 4 times just to cut it. You know, just like to blow the grass out of the way so I could cut it. Then today, if I can, I tried to finish up some garden boxes for my client, but it just didn't work out that way. I was hoping it was going to, but it didn't. And I was going to try to get it done for today, but I got to go basically, I forget how many kilometers that way, about 40, 50 miles that way, and then about another, I'm going to do like about 100 miles today, or about 160 kilometers. So I'm going to be doing a lot of back and forth. Because like they're at, the license bureau and my credit card banking is at opposite ends of the scale, we'll just say. Oh yeah, he's building a shed over there. Nice. This Tyvek's need better day though. Anyway, I got to go get some provisions.